Hello and thank you for joining us. This presentation is all about the document tracking dashboard. The objective, to keep things moving. Now this is a companion video to the video that was put together about document intake. We want to be able to track all those incoming documents that came in for review. How do I know where we are with them? What's the status? And how do I, again, keep things moving? Here we are in Alfresco Share, and of course I've logged in, so we're at the Atom Storage dashboard, because when you log into Alfresco Share, the first thing you are presented with is your dashboard. Now for purposes of this demonstration, we're going to focus on the active contracts. Now to see how the documents became active is to watch the video in the lower left-hand corner. Document intake and workflow. In that video, you'll see how the user fills out a form, selects the appropriate documents for the review cycle, and then clicks submit. And in doing so, clicking submit, they automatically are selecting a workflow, executing that workflow, building the appropriate folder structure to store the documents for that review, building the security matrix, assigning the metadata automatically for searching, as well as sending out the notifications so people know what to do. So again, it's in this document intake and workflow video that you could see how the contracts get into the system in order to be active. Now, in our active contracts dashlet, you will see 8 contracts in this example. These 8 contracts are those that Atom Storage, myself, I need to worry about shepherding to the end of the process. You also see that there are 11 open tasks at this point. That lets me know that there are 11 active things going on for these 8 contracts. The reason for 11 open tasks with only 8 contracts is parallel workflow. In other words, you could have a given review request, see what it says 197 right here, the same one, sitting in 2 different areas, legal review as well as CRR validation. So you're able to see the open contracts as well as the open tasks. Now traveling from left to right, you've got tasks here, and this is to show you that there is 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. So in other words, 2 open tasks for this particular request. I can click on the vendor name Tempest Enterprises here. This link will take me to the vendor folder where I will see all of the open requests. I could also click on the actual contract name, and that will take me to the folder for this particular contract review process. So I'll be able to see all the documents wrapped around this review. Now, process started tells me when that form was initially filled out, when this whole thing began. And that's, of course, for aging purposes. So I'll see that this particular request is 128 days old. The next thing I can see is what are the current tasks that are in play. So what work is being done right now. For this particular one, you've got the legal review task and the CRR validation task. Now what's also nice is I can see that while the days outstanding for this entire process are 128, it's only spent 2 days right now in the legal review task and only 1 day in CRR validation. So I can see how old the task is as well as how old the whole process is. Now, these 3 icons, very helpful. The first icon allows me to see this particular workflow. So I can go off, click that icon, and it'll tell me that this particular workflow is at these stages right now. Okay, so I know that here's my entire workflow process, but this is where things are happening right now. I can also take a look at the auditing. So if I click on this icon here, Audit Trail, it'll tell me that the document that's being reviewed, that we've sent in for review, here's description, okay, of any work that was done from a version perspective. I see the version number, when it was done, and by whom. So I'm 1 click away from knowing what activity has happened with that particular contract. The last one is my, if you will, ping icon. The idea here is I want to be able to say, hey, negotiation manager, it's been a day. I need this done now. I simply click on the icon. I can set up an email right here. Please jump on this. And I could just hit send. And what will happen is it sends an email notification out to that person or group that is in charge of that particular task. So it's easy to ping a person who's supposed to be working on this to make sure things are getting done. So as you can tell from the dashboard, you're able to go off and see what your open contracts are, what your tasks are, get a visual indicator of where the workflow is, get an audit trail understanding of what's been done to the document, be able to ping whatever that open task is, see how old that particular process is, as well as the age of the current task. We hope you enjoy the video, and we hope that you'll reach out to us to see how we can help you like we help our clients.